Sometimes it may seem that moss in the garden is a problem, but you can change your mind and look at the moss differently. In this video we take a closer look at some of the prettiest and most common moss types that you might find growing in your sidewalk, on your patio, or in the woods. It's a Sprouted Seeds YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. What is moss? Small plants called mosses have underground rhizoids that, although they usually don't supply nourishment, anchor the leaves to the soil or surrounding environment. Mosses take in water and nutrients through their leaves, as opposed to other flowers and foliage, which develop a waxy leaf surface that deters water. Common types of moss. The world ecosystem includes as many as 12,000 types of moss. Now we will consider 9 of them. Climacium americanum. Climacium americanum is one of the few moss species with a sideways spread and upright growth. This moss is a great choice for moist areas and lawns because it grows well in rich, loose soil and produces new growth all year long in the form of tiny conifer trees. Ceratodon purpureus. Wherever there are sidewalk cracks and rocky cliffs where wind and sun inhibit the growth of other plants, look for Ceratodon purpureus. Add the little mounds to your landscaping in a full sun spot. This tiny, velvety moss has soaring crimson sporophytes and a brilliant green color. It typically grows to only about 1.5 inches tall. Dicranum scoparium. Commonly known as broom moss for its long, soft growth, Dicranum scoparium prefers shady locations or partial sun and well-drained soil. It's common in pine forests and can tolerate high heat. For better drainage, add a layer of needles under it. Leucobrium glaucum. Though Leucobrium glaucum, or pincushion moss, is often recognized in tiny, round mounds, it can survive at the beach in the full sun as well as in the dense shade of the woods. It dries out more the more sun it gets. When you rehydrate it, the more green it becomes. Entodon seductrix. Known for its glossy, silky leaves, this moss grows sideways and can be found in a variety of environments, including dry and damp areas, soil, and concrete. It only becomes slightly shinier and takes on some golden overtones as it dries out. Bryondersonia lesebra. Commonly found along roadside banks and trails, Bryondersonia lesebra grows over low rocks, soil, and sometimes the bases of trees. This sturdy moss can be easily identified in the field by its round, plump shoots. Olecomnium pallister. Olecomnium pallister, also known as ribbed bog moss, is a perfect species for a waterfall or pond because it can grow extremely thick and can withstand extremely moist conditions. The ribbed, long, thin stems of bog moss can reach a maximum length of 4 inches. Hypnum imponens. Because of its finely woven foliage, Hypnum imponens, which grows sideways, is also known as feather moss, brocade moss, or fern moss. In early spring, the moss should start to take on golden undertones, and by May, it should be a rich green color. This type is great for lawns, accent walls, and patios, and grows well in shaded spots. Thuidium delicatulum. Most climates have noticeable Thuidium delicatulum, also known as delicate fern moss. It can be hydrated to restore its color and vibrancy if it dries out, and it can grow in both shade and sunlight. Uses moss. Because of their deep, anchoring rhizoids, several moss species are excellent choices for stopping soil erosion. Adding moss to a turf lawn can reduce maintenance tasks in your yard and provide a more sustainable option than grass. A little bit of beauty can also be added to your hardscaping by adding moss to a concrete wall, paver patio, rock garden, or water feature. Japanese-style gardens frequently include moss, so gardeners wishing to mimic this design element might consider including some moss in their design.